What's up, y'all? It's your boy P-Lot, aka the Brick Slinger. And guess what? Your boy got something to say. Lord, please help me on this one. So there's a movie on Peacock called Praise This. It got Chloe Bailey, Quavo, Jacqueline Carr, and many others. And based upon the trailer and stuff, it seems as if it's going to be another Fighting Temptation movie, another Joyful Noise movie, another Sister Act 2 movie. Basically what I'm saying is it's going to be another gospel singing competition movie with a little dramatic theme or whatever the case may be in this movie. And they got a lot of today's big names on this movie from both secular and sacred side. But here's my thing when it comes to movies like this. Especially at a time like this where the lines keep continuing to blur to the point of non-exist. It's like literally there's nothing new under the sun for a movie like this to come out when we already seen movies like this that already came out. And it's very disappointing to see someone like Jacqueline Carr be in the movies like this when she is well known as the most powerful anointed singer in gospel music right now. For her to be in a movie like this is kind of showing where she really stands, or where she stands now. It's like she's literally helping, the slaughterhouse prep up the sheeps to get slaughtered, and try to make it seem like, she's doing it to represent Jesus. She representing the kingdom. When movies like this make people especially makes Christians stay on milk and not knowing what's in the milk. Because you might say, well, even if they're not, they're not singing about Jesus, they singing about Jesus. And it's like, no. This whole thing about a gospel music competition types of movie is that it always seemed to mix sacred with secular. It always seemed to try to mix light with darkness. Like, what's the purpose of trying to separate yourself from the world when you're participating in the things of the world? And then you get mad when you don't get the full support of the church because you're trying to destroy the church. You're trying to destroy the kingdom. You're trying your best to make sure that the guards are down and the people, not just children, but the young in faith, the immature in the faith, the babes in the faith, they get caught with the okie-doke. And they get trapped with whatever Satan has in store for them. And movies like this is one of them. It's like it's already bad enough they have to deal with movies that cast, more violence than ever. They have to deal with movies that is more enticing. They got to deal with movies that is more promiscuous. But yet here comes a movie like this where it seems as if it's balanced out the whole thing. I don't like stuff like that. That's why when I say support the kingdom, I mean support the kingdom. Not people that are gospel artists or Christian artists that partake in secular movies and secular TV shows and secular activities. And understand something. I understand if you gonna do stuff like this and you really preaching the gospel, and your character in the movie, in the TV shows, are preaching the gospel. But if your participation in the movie has absolutely nothing to do with the gospel, have nothing to do with God, have nothing to do with Jesus, and it makes the church look bad, that's where I draw the line. That's where I draw the line, because it's an insult to partake in these type of activities and thinking that you still gonna be straight with God, and ignore the fact that God has already let it be known: be ye holy, for I am holy. Be ye perfect, for I am perfect. Many people want to ignore the fact that God does recommend perfection, excellence, decency, order. But yet, we want to partake in stuff like praise this, and thinking that God will be cool. God will be cool. What's next? We already dealt with movies like this. Just like we already dealt with secular artists doing gospel music. Just like we dealt with Christian artists collaborating with secular artists. And we know about, and not just any secular artists, secular artists that does 100% true, pure, unpure, secular stuff. And understand, secular really means non-sacred. That means anything is up for grabs. Because sacred means set apart, holy. It's like being in that room at your auntie's house that you know you ain't supposed to be in that mug. Because it's not meant for anybody to even step in, let alone sit down in that particular couch. It's off limits. Off limits.